Okay, this is going to be on habeas corpus. Okay, going into bankruptcy, one of the guys called me up last night, and basically he was looking to see whatever could justify the filing fees in bankruptcy. Well, he gave me out of Title 28 a Section 1916. Well, I looked at that. I thought, that could apply, but I went and looked 2 sections earlier in Section 1914, and I came across a very interesting item. 1914, District Court, Filing and Miscellaneous Fields, Rules of the Court. The clerk of each district court shall require the parties instituting any civil action, suit, or proceeding in such court, whether by original process, removal, or otherwise, to pay a filing fee of $350. But it's got another line there that says, except that on application for a writ of habeas corpus, the filing fee shall be $5. I thought, boy, I like that. $350 dropped all the way down to $5. I'm going to look up this habeas corpus a little more and see whether we can work that into our bankruptcy. Well, I got to looking at it. Yeah, we got to work it in. It's got to be there. We've got to do a habeas corpus on our body corporate fictional person. And that would be under the involuntary bankruptcy. And that would be any involuntary bankruptcy you go out there. You've got to do a habeas corpus against the debtor. Whether it's going to be, if you want to do your DD-214 form, you'd be taking the body corporate United States Department of Air Force or Army or Navy. But we're going to go in against our in my case, Patrick Devine, U.S. citizenship. Okay? He's the body corporate that basically is the executive agency operating our independent treasury account as a financial vessel. That's why it's called a citizenship. So, we're going to go in there and we have to bring him into court. No bankruptcy judge or lawyer or any attorney has ever said anything about this. Doing a habeas corpus, I went through bankruptcy before with a lawyer, and basically he never helped me one bit. He basically got me to pay out of my back pocket for him, and he didn't help me one bit. So, what we have to do is we have to bring our principal debtor in and have the U.S. attorney and the U.S. trustee bring him a full accounting of his account into that court. So he is being held in custody by the United States Corporation. So we've got to get him released from his custody and brought into that court. So we do a habeas corpus. You submit it into the court. I've put in some documents up there in a zip folder. Download them, look at them. Out of Title 28, several items there. Okay? And all the corporations out here, United States, state of wherever you're at, the utility companies, they're all called affiliates. So out of the definitions in Title 11 USC, Section 101, I pulled down the definition of affiliate. and basically it fits right into what we're doing. We're operating under an original lease, okay, that we, the people, as the individual and separate body states of America, the principal creditors were the leaseor, and our principal debtor is the body corporate account in form. That's his body. Form is basically he is an account over the independent treasury account as the leaseor. Now all subsequent leases are from our principal debtor as the leaseor, as it is his property now under lease, and then the affiliates are now the new leasees. The organizations, a corporation, United States, state, etc., as they are also the bottom line debtors under the subsequent leases. They owe our principal debtor, who is really a creditor in their system, but they continue to call him a debtor because he's a debtor to us, and so that's where they try and confuse the situation. But we have to turn around and have his body brought into court. And then, like I said, those affiliates are the leasees. They owe our debtor, our principal debtor, a usage fee, rent. Now, when we get this writ of, and I'm just attaching this writ of habeas corpus, petition for the habeas corpus, in as a first part of my other petition. So I redid the cover page, and I'm resubmitting it back in Monday. I had a court case back in December, a bankruptcy case. Well, per the Bankruptcy Act of 1898, Section 15, we can reopen that case if it's less than a year old. So I'm ordering the reopening of it because it was closed down in a fraudulent manner. The fraud was extrinsic fraud, or fraud of collateral. They continue to use our account as collateral. So that is the fraud. We were demanding the thing to be shut down, but they didn't, because it was up to their discretion. Well, no longer, now that we know where the fraud's at. The writ or order to show cause shall, from that writ of habeas corpus, shall be directed to the person having the custody of the person detained. That would be the U.S. bankruptcy trustee or the U.S. Attorney General. And they have to respond within 3 days. They can, unless they're for good cause, an additional time not exceeding 20 days is allowed. But as much stuff we've been doing, they have no good cause for additional time. So, look those documents over, and anybody else that's out there in prison, get a habeas corpus in place against your debtor person. Have them bring in. The debtor person, your principal debtor, is the one that is supposed to be paying the charges for you being in prison. Reopen your case, because it was based upon extrinsic fraud, collateral fraud. Okay? Hopefully you can get this message out to as many people as you can. Start looking at this stuff. And the key thing was, it was only for $5 the filing fee, not the $350. See, you look at the bankruptcy form, B5, for an involuntary bankruptcy. It says fee paid in full. Well, you just add behind that under a writ of, or under habeas corpus. Fee is going to be paid in full. You're going to get a money order for $5 and have that sent along with your habeas corpus, and the rest of the bankruptcy documents you submit, and submit it over to that clerk of the court. Here's your $5. Now, basically, give me my account. Okay? Because when you go into the bankruptcy fee schedule, there is no fee schedule for a habeas corpus or for a B5 involuntary bankruptcy. Well, if you're doing an involuntary bankruptcy, you had better always be getting a body corporate in there as the debtor. Okay? So then you're bringing a habeas corpus in, so it's only $5. I hope that gets you off the fence. Everybody ought to be able to cover $5 to go in there. Look these things over. Okay? Have a good day. Take care.
Check this.